What up, A-Fam? Kitty here with Atola Visuals. For those who are new here, I run this Atola Visuals YouTube channel where we talk about camera gear like this here, also business tips, some travel stuff, and I also run a video production company in San Francisco. Today I'm going to be talking about my first impressions with the Smooth Q2. And as you can see, compared to the original Smooth Q that I did a review on up here, it is a lot smaller and tinier. Probably one of the smallest, if not the smallest phone gimbals I have ever seen. I'm gonna be shooting all the tests on the iPhone XR in 4K 60, but I did test with my Pixel 3 XL and it did hold it. So if you have bigger phones, now you know. The quick plate for the phone also comes off now if you want to do it that way and connect your phone if it's a little bit easier. All you got to do is unlock this red lock here and take the quick plate off, put your phone on, but make sure that your phone camera is facing this way or else you're going to hit the motor. If you need to move it over a little bit because you'll see this motor, do so. When recording this video and testing out this gimbal, we weren't able to access the app unfortunately because it's still in beta, but some of the key features that I definitely want to try out are object tracking as well as time lapse. In terms of my shots, I had a lot of fun doing orbitals, and also a tip, use a lot of foreground like I did with the punching bags. And just because it's a gimbal doesn't mean you have to do really slow movements. Like here with the point of view punching shot, I got really aggressive with my movements there. Because it's so lightweight and small, you could get crazy low angles, overhead angles like I did. You could do some point of view shots and get some crazy Dutch angles as well. Definitely have fun and be creative. It's best to use it without a case because it will drop your phone if it's not on it right. I shot everything in 4K on the iPhone XR. Shooting in slow-mo also gives you the option to make your footage smoother if you need to add image stabilization in post. For the build quality, this is probably one of the best phone gimbals because most phone gimbals, including the Smooth Q original, was really plasticky as well as their Smooth 4. This one, however, has this really thick grip with this like silicone texture to it, which is really good on the hands, and most of the rest of the gimbal is made out of metal with the exclusion of this little piece here. And since it has better quality materials, it does have a little bit of weight to it, so it does feel really good. You could also add a mini tripod here because there's a screw. However, they do not provide a tripod with this gimbal, but I think it's because the handle is a wider stance now that you can just set it down and won't need one. Let me run through the modes real quick if you are new to gimbal life. The PF mode is going to be a pan follow mode. It'll follow your hand when you're turning like this, but when you're tilting, it'll stay in its position. This is one of my favorites. The next mode is all lock mode. So if you move your hand up or down, it'll stay in its same position. Next one is F for follow mode. So it'll follow your pan and your tilt. This one I use to get my low angles and also my overheads. POV mode is a point of view shot, so this will allow you to get some crazy Dutch angles if you want. If you want to do some inverted low shots, just flip it over like that, really easy to do. And then once you click over, there's not a mode technically for this, but the POV will start blinking, which means it'll go into this inception mode. So if you move the joystick right or left, it'll start spinning. If you want to change the modes, again, click the joystick once. If you want to move backwards, click it 2 times. So you don't have to loop-de-loop all the way around to get to it again. This little thing is fun to use, but there are some things that I wish it didn't do. For instance, when you go into inception mode and you click over to pan follow mode, it will not recenter. It'll kind of stay in this position, which is kind of annoying. So you could either recenter it with your hand like this manually, or if you want to go to lock mode and then double click to go backwards in the pan follow, it will recenter it. So there is no double click recenter mode like other gimbals have, unfortunately. Personally, I also love shooting with my Moment 18mm. So with some gimbals, it's a little difficult because it's extra weight, like 75 grams. You would have to DIY counterbalance or buy one yourself. But with the case on here, it also popped off because it has such a perfect fitting on the phone itself. If you have a bigger, thicker case, it will throw your phone off, so be careful. Hopefully that helped you guys out if you're looking at this gimbal. Links will be in the description box below. Find my IG because I post there on the daily. You do you, fam, and we'll see you when we see you. Done. Done. Look at how cute and baby this is. Ooh, it's a little baby.